Hello my friends, it's Chris here from the School of Embodiment, and today I'm going to share with you a simple method or inquiry to help you recognize your own being, to help you come into an experience of something that you are beyond your body and beyond your mind. Now, I'm just going to pause here for a second and say this isn't a big, whacked out spiritual experience. You're not going to have a big experience. It's very natural, it's very gentle, and it's something that you actually know very intimately and very well. But you may be overlooking it because you're looking for a big spiritual experience. And a lot of people do this. They hear about awakening, they hear about enlightenment, and on the path you can have lots of magical, expanded experiences. But you will have also heard that what we're looking for is ourself. What you're looking for really is yourself. Now, if it is yourself, you must know it really, really intimately. What could you know more intimately than yourself? And if it is yourself, it cannot be a big whacked out spiritual experience, because you are yourself in every moment. And you have been yourself for every single moment of your life. Yet you haven't been in a whacked out spiritual experience for every moment of your life. So what we're looking for isn't necessarily this big exotic experience. It's very subtle. But it's also very important to recognize this. And it leads to a level of settled joy, peace and happiness, which is what we're really all looking for. So we'll start the inquiry now. I want you to feel into yourself as a person. Feel into how you feel right now in a very human way. So you may feel a sense of your body. There may be joy in your body. There may be tension in your body. There may be sadness, there may be anxiety, there may be peace. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just feel into the way that your body feels right now. You may not even feel much at all, and that's okay. Just feel what you can feel within your body. And also feel into how you as a personality feel. How does your personality feel right now? You may feel anxious, you may feel curious, you may feel stressed. Whatever you feel, just get a sense of how your body feels and how your mind feels. And then you can say this to yourself: I feel like a stressed person, or I feel like a happy person. So as well as getting that sense of how you feel as a person, also can you sense something which knows that person? Is there this subtle awareness which knows the body and which knows the mind? And if you can recognize that and feel that, this subtle awareness that knows your mind and that knows your body, then just gently place your attention there. Place your attention on this awareness. Be in this awareness. And then I usually do this inquiry face to face, so I ask certain questions. So I'll see if I can do it over camera. So if I was to ask you, what does this awareness that knows your body feel like? And you were to only use one word to describe it, what would that word be? And you can just say this to yourself. I'm not going to give you any examples because I want you to choose your own word, and there's no right or wrong answer to this. Okay, we're going to go back to the start. So feeling into how your body feels and how your mind feels, and getting a subtle sense, or getting a sense of your personality and your body and how you feel. So I might say, I'll give an example of someone who's stressed. They would say, I feel like a stressed person. And so, as well as being aware of the whatever person you feel like, can you also just notice this gentle awareness, which is knowing that person? There must be something that's knowing that. For you to say, I'm experiencing this person, which is whatever, there must also be something which knows that. Rest your attention there. Be in that. And then I'll ask again, if you could describe this awareness with one word, one or two words, what would it be? Now, what I will say is, what happens if you place just a little bit more attention in that? Rest here. Be this. So, the next thing I would say is, without thinking anything up, can you get rid of this? If you were to stand up and walk to the other side of the room, would this disappear? If you were to get in a taxi and drive to the other side of town, would this awareness disappear? Can you get rid of it? And if you can't get rid of it and push it away, then it must be effortless within yourself. Now, what is the difference between you and this? If you were to fly all the way across the world and land in Japan, or wherever across the world is to you, would this disappear? Now, knowing your own being like this is the truest source of fulfillment, and it is always available to us. And if you place attention here gently, whenever you remember through the day, gradually this awareness, this beingness will start to flower more and more into the forefront of your experience. Our whole lives we've been taught to give attention to thinking, to give attention to things, to give attention to the world, but we're never taught to simply place attention here. We're conditioned to place attention elsewhere. So we need to gently recondition our attention to be resting here. You don't have to hold on to it. You just have to remind yourself, whenever you remember through the day, you can do this inquiry. How do I feel right now? I feel angry. Okay? What knows or is aware of this angry one? Ah, there it is. I rest my attention there. You may be going to sleep at night and you remember that you want to explore this, you want to do this inquiry. So you ask yourself, what knows or is aware of this thinking right now? You ask yourself that question, and then you go to the awareness, the one that knows. You might be walking through the supermarket and you notice you're in lots of thinking, and you just ask yourself the question, okay, what knows or is aware of this thinking? And gradually we come out of our mind and we become deeply connected to what we are beyond our body and beyond our mind. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you for following along. See you on the next video.